All right, so today's lesson is going to be about how to use Google Slides. So to use Google Slides, the first thing you need to do is to get into your Drive. Now, as you can see, I am already in my Drive, but if you do not know how to get to your Drive, what you're looking for is the little waffle that I'm circling up here. When you click on the waffle, you will then see the little triangle that says Drive. When you click on that Drive, it will bring you to this screen. Now, once you're in this screen, you're going to click on the New button. This is the same button that you click on to pretty much create anything new in Google Docs. This is where you can upload folders and files, but we're going to Google Slides. Now, under Google Slides is a lovely little carrot. Now, there's two different forms for most places. It depends on your organization. It also depends if you've created some of them on your own. We're mostly going to work with the blank presentation, but I do want to show you from a template. So we're going to click on from a template real quick. Let the system kind of load on in. Takes a few seconds. And here you can see under general, these are all the preset general templated forms that there are. So this kind of helps you. Might want to look at these just maybe to get your own ideas of how to set something up. You absolutely could click on one of these and use this as your base template to then be able to kind of go in and make it your own. But today we're going to back out of this. We're going to go back to my Drive. And we're going to click on New and Slides. And we're going to go from a blank presentation. So that way we can learn and see all the different features from a blank presentation from going forward. So as it slowly kind of loads up, you can see that this is a general layout that's already kind of preset. This is the very first slide. You can have multiple slides. So if you want more slides, you come over to slide, click on new slide, and now we've got two slides that we can play with. So we're going to play with the first two slides for the most part. The first one we're going to work on now. We're going to make sure this one is highlighted so we know this is the one that we're working on. This is the current layout where you're going to have a big blank text box and a subtitle. If we don't like that, we can change the layout by clicking on layout. We can make the whole screen blank. So that way we can do whatever we want. So from there, the background is kind of plain. So we're going to learn a couple of things about backgrounds today. So the first thing we're going to learn about background is how to choose an image. So we're going to come down, click on choose an image. Now, if you have your own image that you want on your desktop or someplace else, you can upload your own image here. Yeah, I can pull one from webcam, but most people like to come out and go to Google Images, and we're going to go look at puppies because everybody loves puppies and kittens. And let's see what we've got. So these are all the puppy images that kind of pop up right away. And as you can see, you can scroll through to see on all the different images that are out there. Let's see if we can find a cutie that we like. Now, I really love French Bulldog, so I'm actually going to change my heading to French Bulldog so that way I can pull up an image of a French Bulldog, and this one is adorable because he's sticking his tongue out at me, and I think that is wonderful. So I clicked on his image, then I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to click on Done, and now you can see that whole screen is filled with that lovely French Bulldog. Now, he doesn't have a name yet, so in order to give a title, I click on a text box. I'm going to then click on my image and drag out a text box. And now I can type in here, and I can name him, let's name him Big Boy Frenchie. Now, from here, you can see that that's pretty small. So we can change that by highlighting all of that, coming up and clicking on the button here, and now it's going to create, and now we've got it nice and big. We can also, from there, highlight, and we can change the coloration of the text to any color we want to see what color kind of makes it easier to read. Sometimes, believe it or not, white text or reverse text makes it much easier. So now we've got our first text box, and it's all about the Big Boy Frenchie. So now we're going to go to my second text box, and I can change again the background, but this time we're going to learn on how to use the whole back color. So right now that screen is white, and if I want to make the color different, this is where I get to choose and make all the different background colors. So this second row or third row right here is a very muted shade of this particular row. So that way it's not super, super bright, but let's try this lovely little purple. Click done. And now I have that entire text, or that entire slide is that purple. And I can now type in this text box that I have and talk about the big boyfriend gene. And we can choose whatever we want here, or I can come back to formatting. We don't want a new slide. So let's come back into this one and come back and type into here. And let's talk about the big boy. I can add images. I can completely delete the text by hitting delete. I can remove it. I can shrink it if I don't want this text box to be super big as well. I just need to come over and grab one of the edges. And now it makes this box smaller. I can also choose to change the entire theme by clicking over here.